This is for Soupy from Wonder Years. What's your favourite soup?
My favorite soup, actually probably the only soup I'll eat, is broccoli cheddar soup from a place called Panera Bread. Do you guys have Panera here?
Yes.
Yeah, Panera. I like the broccoli cheddar soup. You know, like the hunk of bread they give you, I like to dip that in the soup. I also can fuck with chicken noodle at times, but that's pretty much it. I'm a really picky eater, like mind-numbingly picky, so I don't really have a lot, you know, the like creamy tomato, and I've never actually eaten any seafood. I've literally never eaten a piece of fish at all.
This is for the Wonder Years, and Soupy, I hear that you used to be a teacher. What was that like before going out as a musician?
I was teaching an after-school program in Center City, Philadelphia, and it was fantastic. It was super fulfilling. I love my kid. I still go back and visit him every chance I get. It was in 19th and Arch, right in the center of Philly, and I taught sometimes kindergarten, but mostly first and second grade, which is like, I guess you guys probably have a different number system, so between the ages of 5 and 7. And it was awesome. I mean, it wasn't a standard after-school program where you just kind of go play, you know, football or whatever. We had all sorts of like enrichment activities. I would plan huge lessons for them that would take like, 2 weeks to come through the whole thing. We did a big thing on murals in Philadelphia, where there's like a website where you can type in an address and it'll bring up all the murals close to that we've done on the side of buildings. And we learned about how they make murals, and then we made our own by like, we drew a small picture, we gridded it out, and then we took the grid and transferred it to like 25 8x11 sheets of paper, and every kid got the color in one sheet of paper, and then we put it all together. So we did, things like that, like actual lessons. It was cool. It was a great job.
There used to be a program called The Wonder Years on TV. Are you guys into it?
For legal purposes, I've never heard of such a TV show.
I was wondering, what's it been like so far on the Crying Tour?
I'm having a great time. It's weird for us to be on tour with Good Charlotte because, they're Good Charlotte. I was 15, I fucking loved that band, and it's weird to hang out with them, but they're so nice. You don't know what to expect when you go into tours like this, and like, will the headlining band even talk to us? Will they make eye contact? And they've been awesome. They hang out every night, they invite us out to go wherever they're going, and last night I was talking about how much I love their self-titled record, and tonight at Soundcheck they played a bunch of songs off of it for me. So they're great. 4 Year are some of our best friends. We've toured with them a ton this year. We're sharing a bus with them, and it's awesome just to go, wake up every day and hang out with some of our great friends. And Framing Hanley ended up being like also super nice guys. We had never heard their band before this tour. They're killing it every night. Kids love them, and they're just really, really, really nice. Super cool to hang out with.
Where's your favourite place to play?
I love playing like hardcore shows in Dublin. That scene is fucking awesome. The most appreciative kids in the world. I also really like playing Leeds. We've always had really awesome shows in Leeds. Slam Dunk Leeds is one of the best experiences I've ever had. But even we played like a bar basement called Royal Park Cellars, and even that was like out of control fun.
This is for the Wonder Years. What's the key to being positive?
What's the key to staying positive? I guess it's a number of keys. A lot of the things that I think about when I'm down are, one, like, if you're upset for a week, a month, whatever, in the span of like a year when you're thinking about it like that, or you're thinking about like the here and now, it seems like this huge fucking deal, you know what I mean? Like, when you're thinking about like, oh, I was depressed for a quarter of 2011, that's awful. But when you think about it in the span of your lifetime, like that's just a little blip. It's this insignificant little time. So something, let's say your girlfriend dumped you, your boyfriend dumped you, and you're really bummed out about it. But if you think about it, even if you're bummed out about it for 6 months and you live to be 75, what does that 6 months matter? You know what I mean? Like, in the scheme of things, it's not even gonna be a huge event anymore. And then apart from that, I also like to try to take count of all the good things I have in my life. Like maybe this happened and it sucks. Maybe like, I failed this like huge fucking exam. I flunked out of college. Maybe I got in a car accident. My car's wrecked. Like, bad things happen all the time. And I'm not telling you they don't. I'm not telling you not to be upset about them. But there's also all these other great things that you're totally fucking ignoring because you're only concentrating on the bad stuff. You got to take stock about all the people in your life that love you and all the things in life that you love to do, and weigh the pros and the cons. And a lot of times, the pros are going to outweigh the cons.
What is your new album going to sound like?
It's a pop punk record. I'm not going to make any ifs, ands, or buts about that. We're not the kind of band that was ready to put out a pop punk record for the upsides and then say fuck the whole thing and put out like a fucking blues record. That's not us. We're going to put out another pop punk record. But the thing with this one is we decided all these other bands that influence us that aren't pop punk, I'm going to let influence me. Like, we're going to let the influences in. You know, we like Hope Conspiracy, we like Thursday, we like American Football, we like The Anniversary, we like the Get Up Kids, we like Envy. Why are we forcing them out of our music? You know, there's a way to let those influences in and still play pop punk. So I think that there are parts of the record that don't sound like a Hope Con song, but sound like, oh fuck, if Hope Con wrote a pop punk part, this might be that part. You know, like shit, if Envy wrote a pop punk part, this might be that part. If The Anniversary wrote this kind of music, this is probably what they would write. That's kind of the mentality of, you know, there are a ton of bands that influence us. Let's let them influence us, but let's still make a pop punk record. I don't want to turn my back on everybody.
Correct.